Hey, this is Marlon, making another video. This is my third video that I've made. You'd be able to hear the birds in the background. It looks like you see my dog, one of my dogs here, playing mandolin this week. And one reason I'm playing mandolin is I'm a runner, and but I'm a little bit of a clumsy runner in that I fall. I carry a backpack when I run to get extra exercise, so it's got about, I don't know, on my run yesterday it had about 18 pounds in it or so. When I went running, I did a 7.5 miler with 18 pounds. But I fell and I hit my arm right there. See that a little bit? Not too bad. I had a long sleeve shirt on, but I hit my chin. Gave me a little bit of a headache, made my jaw hurt a little bit. But the worst thing was I jammed my hand. Can't really see that, but I jammed my hand really good. Would have been a lot worse, but I was wearing these. So I wear gloves when I run, but with these gloves like have leather on them, and they're also cut proof somehow. I guess you can't cut them like with a knife or something like that. They're made, they're like safety gloves. I hit hard enough to where I bounced twice. So, boom, and then boom. So my chin's okay because second bounce. It was one of those, you know, when you fall on your face, but your face doesn't hit till the second bounce. So I could have fallen in razor blades and I would have been fine, except for my face. So I have to play this week with a mandolin because my hand, I don't think I could do the finger style on anything. Even I jammed all my fingers basically. So I play with pick for a mandolin, 3.0 millimeter. It's pretty thick. A lot of people, a lot of guitar players don't like thick picks. Mandolin players all like thick picks for the most part. Thick pick. Had to use a pick because I jammed my whole damn hand. Lucky for these gloves though. Tip for you runners out there, especially if you fall like me a lot, wear gloves. My next step, I think, is wearing a helmet when I run. So you're going to hear some birds during this, and the name of the song is Cuckoo's Nest. And I have an interesting story, well, interesting to me at least, behind it, in that I don't have a real preference on, go on, get out of here. I don't have a real preference on tone. Now, I can't use the term tone deaf because I'm pretty good at hearing the differences between notes, but what I'm not very good at is having an opinion, at least, a strong opinion on the tone of electric instruments in particular. And I think it's because I have nothing to base it on. So I'm a bass player, which I've mentioned in my other videos, and here's my card. See, bass. It's actually not a card. It's a bumper sticker that Gola Music sent me when I bought bass strings for my upright. Way back in the old dial-up days, in those days there was no YouTube or anything like that, and I was trying to find songs to play for my mandolin. In the old days, before the internet at all, or before, I guess you could buy records and hear what you wanted to learn to play on an instrument. But for a little bit more obscure instrument like a mandolin, there would be tabs or something like that, but you would have to learn to play the song, especially if it's an obscure song, before you ever knew what it sounded like. There were these MIDI files of these different songs, particular mandolin songs and fiddle songs. And one of them was Cuckoo's Nest. That sounds interesting, so I clicked on it, and it's just played in MIDI, and it was played like I don't know, like, you know, Super Mario Brothers tones, just beep, beep, boop, but it was boop, 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 doo, 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 doo. And I had this really weird reaction, like I'd heard the song before, like, I don't know, previous life type thing. Um, you know, not that I, you know, believe too much in that, but this song just hit me at a gut level and like brought tears to my eyes. But it was just in MIDI. The point of the story is it was just in MIDI. There was no like great, you know, wooden tone of an old Gibson mandolin or anything like that. It was just this MIDI. And so the notes of songs are, the notes of songs are what I'm interested in more, or at least for me personally, not the tone of the song. So that's why I use the term tone blind. I was born tone blind. And anyway, that's the story. Here's kind of how it goes.